Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on November 6, 2023. Father appeals for safe passage of children after wife killed in Gaza. South Korean man attacks shop clerk he thought was a feminist. Anti-Semitic acts have exploded in France since the 7th of October, Interior Minister says. The Guardian, France reports 1,040 anti-Semitic acts since October 7, France 24 English. France 24 English, anti-Semitic crimes surge in France. Over 1,000 acts recorded since October 7 Hamas attack. WION, anti-Semitic attacks exploded in France since Israel-Hamas war began, says Interior Minister. Euronews, France reports 1,040 anti-Semitic acts since October 7. Jon Voight hits out at daughter Angelina Jolie's lies about Israel-Hamas war. The Independent, Angelina Jolie's dad slams her lies about Israel-Hamas war. Evening Standard, disappointed, Angelina Jolie's father slams her for comments against Israel. NDTV, Jon Voight slams daughter Angelina Jolie's stance on Israel-Hamas war. The Independent, disappointed, Angelina Jolie's father Jon Voight slams her anti-Israel stance. EU proposal may accelerate pharma innovation decline, industry group says. Reuters, EU risks €2 billion yearly hit to drug R&D spending with new law. Bloomberg, pharma companies object to reduction in EU protection for research. The Irish Times, campaigners sound conflict of interest alarm over MEP couple, missing pharma report. Europe to issue launcher challenge in Seville space talks. Reuters, Europe urged not to repeat tech underdog role ahead of space talks. Russia says it has test-fired a ballistic missile from a nuclear submarine. The Independent, Russia tests intercontinental ballistic missiles for its nuclear submarines. The Telegraph, Russia says it test-fired nuclear-capable Bulava missile from new submarine. Al Jazeera English, Russia test launches intercontinental ballistic missile from new nuclear submarine. The Independent, newest submarine-launched Bulava missile from White Sea. Nepal earthquake, survivors cremate the dead, face uncertain future. BBC, thousands sleep outside in Nepal after earthquake kills more than 150 people. Evening Standard, rescuers struggle to find Nepal earthquake survivors as aid trickles in. The Independent, Nepal quake survivors say they have nothing left. Reuters, Nepal, villagers cremate victims of devastating earthquake. Australian PM Albanese hails progress with China after Xi talks. BBC, PM Anthony Albanese and China's President Xi Jinping meet in historic summit in Beijing, the world. ABC News, Australia, Australian PM Albanese meets Xi Jinping during historic China trip. Israel and Hamas at war, what we know on day 31. The Guardian, BBC on scene of damage after Gaza refugee camp blast, BBC News. BBC News, Israel-Hamas war, list of key events, day 30. Al Jazeera English, opinion, airstrikes on refugee camps show the high cost of war. The Wall Street Journal, Israel-Hamas war live, more than 10,000 Palestinians killed in Gaza since the 7th of October, says health authority. Rafah crossing reopens. Donald Trump testifies, ex-president clashes with judge at New York fraud trial. BBC, Donald Trump giving evidence at his civil trial in New York after branding it very unfair. Sky News, Trump fraud trial testimony live, control your client, former president's lawyer told. The Telegraph, will Trump's testimony in fraud trial be on TV? The New York Times, Donald Trump fraud trial former president takes the stand. Israel-Hamas war, Gaza loses communication as Israel says it has split territory into two. Sky News, Israel-Hamas war live, Israeli military encircles Gaza City. The Guardian, Israel-Gaza latest news, Israeli troops could enter Gaza City today after splitting territory. The Telegraph, Israeli troops surround Gaza City and cut off the northern part of the besieged territory. The Independent, Israeli troops encircle Gaza City and expected to enter in force within 48 hours. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.